Hi, I want to talk to you about gender gap in business. Start with some basic stats that's around the world. Female representation in C-suite is pretty dismal. We do the best in HR sector, and even there we go about 23%. Do you think New Zealand is doing above the average? No. Among publicly listed companies within directorship roles, we only have about 17% of females. What it means basically is that all of the decisions, majority of the decisions in business and in politics is made by men. With that pace, to close the gender gap will take just over 100 years, according to Sheryl Sandberg. Well, that's not okay with me. Gender gap is a systematic issue. So to change the system faster and more effectively, we need more of us on the inside. We need more females in the C-suite and the directorship roles right now. We need to push through the unfavorable conditions. I don't think that we can wait for the playing field to even out. We will be waiting for 5 generations if we do that. So I've got a couple of ideas how we can do that. First one is for entrepreneurs. It's pretty simple, really. If you've got a business and if you're a woman, give yourself a goal of be publicly listed, right? So how many, I heard it the other day, the best way to break the glass ceiling is to start your own company. Just start a company, be CEO, boom, done. So how many of you own your own business? Yeah, if you just can you hold your hand up? And out of you, how many actually have a goal with a date of being publicly listed? Yeah, I didn't think so. So that's pretty common. And imagine if we were in the Silicon Valley right now, full of men. Yeah, it would have been a different story. People would be like, me, tomorrow. Yeah, so it's hard, and it's not common for females to have that big goal, and the conditions are not, the odds are not in your favor. So, but it can be done, and where it starts is with that big, hairy, audacious goal. I don't know if you know that, but you are 75% likely to succeed and achieve your big dream if you actually write it down and visualize it. So dream big and get some resources behind you and get going. So I've put a couple of resources here for the female entrepreneurs that are available to you right now. Call of Women is a mentorship and networking organization. Join it. Archangels is an investor angel group that specifically focuses on startups founded by females. Maybe that's what you were just looking for. They exist and they help. So read and learn, keep educating yourself on other successful entrepreneurs. Think like a Shio from Vicky Saunders. Incredible stuff about radical generosity, just really that different female type of leadership. Check it out. And on the execution side, She Means Business. Google it. It's a Facebook website which has marketing academy and materials specifically designed for female-led startups. Check it out. So the second idea. So what have you... Oh, sorry. No, we're going to Melanie Perkins. So during the time of you going and growing this big, you, as a female, you don't have to lose you and compromise your femininity. You actually can do it without being a big, bad bitch. So Melanie Perkins is a fantastic entrepreneur from Australia. She's practicing servant leadership, and she's well on the way to become publicly listed with Canva, and she's well known to be one of the most caring and amazing person to work for. But what if you don't want to start your own business? Well, you choose the corporate path. Anyone in the corporate path here? Yeah? So I encourage you to have a goal of becoming a CEO of that company you work for right now. Have that goal. Have you ever thought about that? Yeah, and just map it out and go for it. Oh, sorry. Oh, I better give away. So how many companies do you think in New Zealand that are female CEOs lead? A bit of a hint. Just one right now. We only have one publicly listed company in New Zealand that have a female CEO. And that's an improvement. That's actually an improvement on last year when we had none. So yeah, again, the odds are not in your favor. But it can be done. And luckily there is, right this second, there is a lot of resources, a lot of education, a lot of studies goes into that. So strategies and things that you can do to play that male-dominated field and how you can get ahead. So look around. The most important thing to remember is it can be done. I encourage you to study these incredible women that done it in New Zealand. Theresa Gatting, she was the first female CEO in New Zealand. She was in charge of telecom. Check out her life and her legacy. And Kate McKenzie, incredible woman who is currently a CEO of Chorus. Study those that done it. Study meticulously and you might get a clue of how. So that brings me to the last idea and most important one. There's a couple of resources, I'll just share them on the Facebook later. When you go on the way up, make sure you bring as many women with you as possible. Women supporting other women is crucial. So I've got an idea for you. How about you just make yourself a promise right now to never ever pass an adverse comment about another female in public again. Just see what just that little change can accomplish. What sort of environment you create around yourself. Stop bitching about each other. So, look, I don't want to stand here and say, hey, dream big and, work hard, sing Kumbaya, and you're going to be a CEO. It's not like that. I know it's incredibly hard, and we're probably, a lot of us are going to fail. It's incredibly hard in current conditions. Hard and it's painful, but so is childbirth. And women manage to accomplish that every single day around the world, right? So I believe in women. If you are a woman, the chances are you have no idea how strong you can be. You have no idea how strong you are already. So, yeah, if me and you and all of us make ourselves a promise, a commitment, we dream big, we work hard, we help one another, we can start changing that statistic. We don't have to wait 5 generations to close the gender gap. We can start doing it right now.